Hi crafters, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 173. So I think I have to move this up just a little bit. Let me check over here on my screen to make sure it looks all right. All right, we're a little off. The only thing is I watch my tablet, but my tablet is a different, I don't know, it doesn't line up with what I'm showing on my desktop. Okay, sorry, going into month end today at work, so my mind's a little scattered. All right, let's go ahead and work on this layout from Wednesday. So we have our base card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have our layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4. In our case, we're using the DSP. Then we have two pieces. They don't have to be the same color cardstock or DSP. In this example, they are. So I have a 3.5 by 3.5 inch square and a 3.5 by 1 inch rectangle. All right, let me grab out my bone folder. We're going to do, since we have the dotted look, the star look on this, we're going to do it on these two pieces also, just to get rid of some of that white space. So let's take, this is Misty Moonlight, one of my forgotten colors. I used it on one of my examples that we'll show you. So not a color I reach for all the time. So that was the blends. That was the dark Misty Moonlight. Now let's do a little light. Just getting a little bit of a background so everything doesn't look so stark on there. All right. So let's put that back there. Let's bring this back because we're going to lay this down right on top of that. But see, that just fills out a little bit of that empty space behind there. See that? Oops, let me get away from that. So you see the background. Just a little speckling throughout. All right, so let's grab out my seal. One of these is at the end of its run, so we'll just do little bits around there instead of solid lines. All right, so let me go ahead and let me look at that. Looks like we're even all the way around, so we can push it down. On this, we're just going to do something very simplistic on this. So I have this bundle, the Simply Beautiful bundle. So it is 13-piece stamp set. It is a 16-piece die set. And the dies form fabulous flowers. They'll cut out your image, but they'll also add some extra flowers on there that aren't part of here that you're going to attach. Now, this is misleading on here. It does say here somewhere that it's at a percentage, but look how big that stamp really is. So it's bigger than what you see on the cover. So since this is a brand new stamp set, so it's gonna, let me do this a little bit, get some of that finishing off of it. You're not going to hurt your stamps by doing this. All right. Just getting some of that manufacturing finishing off of there. Need a bigger block than that. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try it. It's just going to be a little bit of the edge off, so it shouldn't be that terribly bad. I don't want to get out my big block. Oh wait, I do have this one, the medium-sized one. I could use the new Stampin' Positioner, but I do want to save that for one of my weekend videos where I can delve into it a little bit more. All right, so here's this. I think I want to do the greeting in Memento, so I think I'm going to go grab my Misty Moonlight stamp pad. I hope that it's inked. And let's stamp that flower on there. Misty Moonlight. Getting my steps in with the way I've rearranged my room. All right. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Let me see. Let's see how it looks. Oh, nope, it's putting color on there. I can see it. Now, it's going to be one and done because I'm not using the Stamparatus. I'm not using a new positioner. I'm not using a Misty. I'm just going straight to the cardstock with my block. And I'm not really pushing hard. I'm just pushing around. And there you are. Very pretty. Now, if we wanted to, we could take our dauber. Sorry, I think this is it. Is this my Misty Moonlight dauber? Yes. We could go ahead and just go around and add a little more shading on it. I don't have much color on here, but I want to keep this very simplistic because not every card has to have 29 million steps to it. All right, let me put that back there. On the words here, let me show you. There's my cover. Sorry, I actually ripped these apart. I don't like having these two connected. So we have to the happy cover, happy couple, wedding wishes, holding in my heart, thinking of you. So let's do the wedding wishes is huge and it would go off. I'm going to do the thinking of you. Let me see. Oh, but that holding you in my heart. Let's do the holding you in my heart. I feel like it takes up a little bit more of the space. Let me go ahead and grab, that one doesn't work either. So let me go ahead and grab, I'm just not grabbing out the right blocks today. All right, so let me go ahead, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this down so that the edge of my block is on the line and the words, let me show you again. I don't know if you saw that. So I have the thinking of you, or I'm sorry, the you are in on a line. See how that's on a line right there? And then I'm looking down, I'm putting my block against another line. So hopefully it's somewhat straight. We'll see. Because you know it's me. And I'll use this one instead of my larger one. Because you know it's me and not anyone else out there in the world who actually thinks about these things. I'm always just a little bit crooked, and that's how you know I'm not a Hallmark card. I am a Roxy card. All right, hoping for the best. Oh, pretty straight. That's pretty straight. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this up. How about that? So let me take out my dimensionals. Remember, I take packing tape, clear packing tape, and I put it over my dimensional sheet so it holds onto the backings here, so I don't have those backings flying all over the place, all over my house, showing up, you know, 40 feet away in the bathroom. So I'm going to put these in the corner. I'm going to use these sides to kind of support that middle. There we go. All right, make sure it's opening the right way. You know what, before I put that down, let me grab that back out. Do I have enough ink in there? I want to get some color on that edge. I'm looking at it now and I don't feel like that's gonna like stand out. So let me just put a little bit of edging on that. Just to give that piece of cardstock a little more definition. It's going against a darker background here, so you may not notice it all, but I think just showing that little bit on the cardstock itself adds a little bit of extra definition. Makes your eye kind of zero in on it just a little bit more. Sorry. Getting used to, we actually got up for like 2 to 3 days in a row in the double digits, so that was fun. But now it's getting a little bit colder again, and we're supposed to, I think, get snow today. We'll see. Right. Put this over here. Get back under here. Put this away. Now I think I do want to add just a few little pearls. Now another thing you can do with these antique pearls is you can color them with your blends. So let's do, is this the light? This is the light. So let's see what the light looks like. So there's the light. Let's do a couple dark. You gotta be careful. You can get on an never ending saga here if you keep touching pearls beside each other. All right, so let's do a second coating on that light. All right, so can you see? Let me touch that one just a little bit because there was a little bit of extra there. All right, so now let me grab my tweezers. I think I'm going to go with a, oh, don't know where that went. I'll find it. It's probably going to be in my hair. All right, so there's the one there. I'm going to put a lighter one up here. Now, ultimately, I like these to dry for about 5 minutes, but I don't know if I have 5 minutes worth of dead air talk to do. All right. Put that back up there. So there's our card for today. All right, let me show you the other two I created. Let me make sure I got some of that blends off so I don't get it in my cards. All right, so here is another one using that Misty Moonlight color. Let me get this out of the way. There's the Misty Moonlight colored into that ephemera. Again, I colored the pearls, the antique pearls, with that marker. And I used, this is the flip side of the next DSP I'm going to be showing you. So it's the flip side. So there's that one. This is ephemera. Here's the other side of this blue cardstock. One of my favorites. So I used a little ephemera. Again, I colored the pearls. This time I colored that with Pretty in Pink. Ripped the 4 by 5 1/4 piece because, you know, with that DSP it has the white core. So you see that whiteness there. But then I also ripped the Pretty in Pink cardstock, which Stampin' Up! Colors does not have a white core on our cardstock. It's all the way through. Only our DSP and our two-tone cardstock have that white core inside. So there you have it, guys. What do you think about that? Go ahead and give me that thumbs up if you don't mind. If you have friends out there you think would like to see simpler versions of cards, have them come on over. Since we're on number 173 and I do 3 examples for every week, there's over 510, almost 520 cards out there for you to look at. All right, my computer's making noises, so something's going on. I'm going to let you go. Have a great Friday. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up. Bye for now.